Hey guys, it's Jennifer. I am randomly going live today. Um, I'm here in the office. It is Saturday, and I just wanted to say hi. I've got my tarot cards ready, and I've also got some other things that I am cooking up. So while we wait and see who all arrives in the chat, I'm gonna show you guys around because this is my first time going live on YouTube. All right, so those of you who don't know me, I am Jennifer. I am a professional tarot reader, a practicing, I guess you can say witch. I'm not sure what we want to call it, but magician, something like that. Um, I am an empath. I am a Reiki healer. I do have experience in Qigong and quantum healing. My office is actually in the back of a tattoo shop, and I love it. It is a perfect fit here. Um, it's a lot of fun. I am working on a few things right now. Those of you that don't know, I actually make and sell my own magical candles. Um, I make and sell my own magical candles for your manifestations. I sell candles for money, for love, road openers to help remove blockages in your life, cord cutting. Um, I sell candles that help with your psychic connection. So many things. Blessing candles if you know someone that's having a hard time. My peaceful home candles, those are really great. So I am switching. I've got some big news. I am switching to beeswax candles, hand dipped. And so that is exciting. Beeswax is such a very pure and high vibrational material. It always makes me feel good when I'm making them, and it feels really, really good when you burn them. Beeswax, interesting note, beeswax actually cleanse the air as you burn them, whereas paraffin is petroleum based and can lead icky stuff in the air. If you occasionally burn candles, that's not a big deal, but I feel like for certain manifestations, that beeswax is definitely where it's at. So I'm going to show you guys what I have going on. I'm going to flip the camera around. So over here, this is my little station. I am making, apparently I'm not cleaned up enough yet. So I have some beeswax melting in the pot right here. We're going to give it a little stir. It's still not quite ready. It's a little cold today, so it's taking a little bit longer. But this is some of these I keep for my samples, but these are some of the things that I make. Now, let me see. Now, I tell you guys all of that because I want to let you know that I still have candles for sale that are of my old recipes. I am leveling up my magic. I am leveling up my candle recipes. The ones that I have available that are of my previous recipes, they still work beautifully, okay? There's nothing wrong with them. These recipes have helped me for almost a decade now. The recipes themselves are not the problem. I sure can, and we are going to get to that in just a minute. I am talking about some of the candles that I make as well. I do people's fortunes. I sell magic candles for manifesting. And what I have are basically just the leftovers from the paraffin. So what I have for sale, these are for cord cutting, really great if you have an addiction or a bad habit you want to get rid of, if you have some attachments to an old relationship, or maybe worked at a toxic job and it's just hard to shake some of those icky vibes. The cord cutting are really good. I do those probably quarterly, just as a general spiritual maintenance kind of thing. I have of my previous, I have these road opener candles. They work really, really great for legal situations, or just like road clearing if you're beginning a new project and you want to cut through the red tape. These are great. I even like these if I'm about to go on a road trip to literally clear my path. They remove obstacles and bring in good luck. The These orange ones, these are more for blockages that like it's a specific thing. Perhaps you're having an issue with your landlord, some sort of a specific blockage that feels like it's just too big and you need something with a little bit of more oomph. This is your guy. I do actually have a few love candles for sale left. These are really great for drawing in a romantic partner. Like if you're trying to manifest a romantic partner or a soulmate, these are really great for that. If you're already in a committed relationship, these are really, really great to enhance that relationship, to make the bond stronger. And I actually have, not many people have these, but I have love candles specifically for LGBT. Cute. Yes, I have used all of the candles before. I am a strong proponent of, you should use something before you just put it out there in the world for other people. The love candles are really great when I'm making them. They change the whole vibe in the room, very uplifting. And I have used them myself to draw in partner, and we have burned them together to bond our relationship. I personally do not believe in using candles on a specific person if they do not know what's going on, because to me, that is, even though it's love, to me, that's dark magic because it's manipulation. Whereas if you're trying to draw someone in, that maybe you've never met before and you're like, okay, this is my type. I'm looking for A, B, and C type of person, that sort of thing. It helps the universe bring in people that are single, that are ready to be in a relationship, or whatever it is that you're looking for, because there's like 6 billion people on the planet. Like, find somebody who's compatible with you. Anyways, so yes, I have used them. The money candles work fabulously. I started making candles more than 5 years ago, for my own purposes, to help with my own life. And between tarot and using these magic candles, I was able to buy my first house as a single parent, as someone with only a GED education. I was able to get into a very, very cute, perfect size house. And it was actually one of the smoothest sales the real estate lady had ever dealt with. It was phenomenal. The money candles I am out of, and I'm actually preparing to make some more today with my new setup. So where these candles that I have that I just showed you normally sell for $10. I'm only selling them for 5 right now because it's time for them to find new homes. I do believe in ghosts. I have seen ghosts before. I try to treat ghosts fairly. Um, a lot of times they are just kind of lost from the light, and I kind of treat them the same as if I ran into a real, like a live person who was lost and asking for directions. Or a lot of times the ghosts that people meet that are scary, it's actually because the ghosts themselves are so confused with everything that's going on. They're very distraught. And it can be just such a shocker for most people to see a ghost in general that if they come across one that is distraught because they are maybe like finally waking up to the idea that they are not where they're supposed to be. Many different reasons for that, and I think a lot of people confuse that with evil. But yes, I do believe in ghosts. So let's see if you have any. Whoop! The cards are just flying out today. These cards are typically really good to answer questions that you have. And this is learning to create what you desire in the right way. You're finally getting the opportunity to this. This is what I do for a living full time. I am a professional tarot reader, a Reiki practitioner, and I make and sell my own magic candles for manifesting. Let's see what is going on for you guys today. Which cards would we like to use? I have so many decks I absolutely love. I have had many different jobs throughout my life. I have been a bartender. I have worked construction. I worked childcare for a really long time at a summer camp, a martial arts summer camp, so that was pretty cool. I did that for a really long time. I have worked in greenhouses with plants. I've really just did a little bit of everything, and it's been very fascinating because I'm at a point in my life now where all my different talents and skills are like fusing into one. Yeah, thank you for asking that. Where did you discover to do this? I was something that I was always attracted to when I was a little girl. I bought my first deck at the Books A Million when I was like 8 or 10 years old or something. My folks had no idea. I was pretty clever back then, and snuck it home, and it was way over my head. I absolutely loved it, but it was way over my head. And it was like a New Orleans voodoo oracle tarot deck. So cool. I should probably go back and buy it now that I've got a little bit more experience. But that one, I got busted for having that one, and I really got into some big trouble. I've always been interested in old folk tales and old superstitions, like carrying around the little evil eye charms, carrying around a rabbit's foot. Don't spill the salt. If you spill the salt, throw it over your left shoulder. Like all those little things I was obsessed with as a kid. Cut to when I got older, I had a very sudden bout with cancer. It was very aggressive, and I was really like 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Like for a while, it felt like I was about half dead, and I was going through a huge awakening. I started to notice that there were spirits around. My empathic and psychic abilities started kicking in, and I was so lost. I happened to find a psychic fair that was going on locally, and wandered up to that and got a few readings, and I was like, hey, there's something to this. And so I picked it up myself, and it's been a really great blessing. My inspiration for sharing it to the public or these platforms, well, um, I do actually, I was doing public readings first. I've been reading tarot for quite a while now, not quite 10 years, but quite a while now. And I actually started with reading in the public eye first. And as my reputation and my community grew, I decided it was time to start social media platforms. Everything is on social media these days. There's no getting around it. So here I am. But I did do a lot of, I would just pop up anywhere. I would pop up at a coffee shop or a music venue or even the farmers market. And in my town, that is kind of tricky because I am here in the South, and it's still very much so the Bible Belt, although I am a very personable person, and so I hope that I helped kind of mainstream some of this, or at least make it a little bit more acceptable, take some of the fear out of it. Yeah, yeah. And I also have a lot of friends who get tarot readings for me that live all over the country. Because I live in a tourist town, people will come sometimes and get readings for me while they're on vacation, and then they go back to wherever they're from, and they still want to maintain in contact. So this is a really great way for me to be able to talk to people all over the country instead of just my little world. I that happens to me all the time. That to me, that is definitely a form of deja vu. That is the first type of deja vu that I've ever really experienced, is like having a dream and then later on it happening. For me personally, it was, you have dreams and you're doing stuff in your dream and you don't really pay too much attention to it. Or maybe it's, it kind of sticks out in your head, but it just kind of, the time goes on and it just kind of gets pushed to the back. And then I would go somewhere, maybe on a family trip or something, and I would look around to a place that I've never been before and be like, wow, I've been here. And I would know my way around, that sort of thing. So, unfortunately, I've never had any that like predict the future as far as like lucky lotto numbers or predicting 9/11 or anything crazy like that. But I do feel like dreams are a really great way to communicate. Somebody explained, one of my old teachers explained to me once that when that happens, sometimes what it is it's a form of astral projection. And when we're sleeping, we actually go out of our bodies and we'll just kind of like travel around. And so that's why sometimes we will, in person, visit a place that we know we've never been to before, but we're like, hey, I know this place. This is so familiar. That's what how it was explained to me. I think sometimes that makes sense, but everybody is very unique. Everyone's experiences are very unique. So to say that that is the 100% answer for everyone, I don't know, but I kind of like that answer. It makes sense to me. I do thank you, just me, and for writing that, and thank you, Rye Guy Riot. I appreciate y'all. Lucid dreams, out of body experience. Okay, wow, we are on a really good conversation. Apparently, I need to brush up a little bit more about dream state and lucid dreaming, because I just had a client the other day that came to me about problems with their dream state. So thank you guys for shining a light on this area. Um, so I do believe in writing in dream journals. Am I the best at it? No. I should do it more often, but I do feel like spirit can communicate with us through dreams. Our ancestors can communicate with us through dreams. Um, but I do believe that writing in a dream journal is very, very helpful, because there are things that I have written that don't make sense then, and then later on when I'm flipping through it, it makes sense. If nothing else, eventually I'm going to sit down and write all of those dreams into short stories. And, who knows? Maybe I can write a book or something. But it's really, really interesting, fun thing to do. And you will see patterns. And as you write in your dream journals more often, you can ask spirit to start communicating with you through dreams like that. Um, let's see. So when you're doing a dream journal, and just me, I think I know what you're asking here, or I might have a suggestion, but back to the dream journals real quick. When you're doing a dream journal, you don't have to feel like you have to write everything out word for word. Some days it will come out like that. Do it first thing in the morning before you do anything else. Keep your little notebook by your bed. And as soon as you wake up, before your feet even hit the floor, write down as much as you can think. Some days it's going to come out as a whole paragraph. Some days it'll only be a couple of sentences. Some days you may have like 3 or 4 just random words like blue, lamb, sunshine, potato, you know. But even on those days, don't beat yourself up about it. It's about staying in the habit of doing it. And again, over time, you'll start to see patterns, and it may even help you trigger memories and things like that. Now, on back to the lucid dreaming aspect, and this all kind of like goes together. One of the tricks that I was taught, and I don't know a lot about lucid dreaming, but you guys may be inspiring me now to get back on that journey. One of the things that you can do to help you lucid dream, or feel like you have more control over your dreams when you dream, is throughout the day, say like one word or one sentence, and that's kind of going to be your mantra through the day. So maybe make it easy. Say, I want to dream of a red ball. That's something easy for your mind to kind of wrap around. Red's a bright color, circle is an easy shape, and you just say, I want to dream of a red ball, and say that first thing in the morning, maybe 3 or 6 or 9 times. And then later on in the day, around lunch, maybe say it again. I want to dream of a red ball. Or maybe even say, I'm going to dream of a red ball instead of I want to dream. Either way, And just do that like periodically throughout the day. And right before you go to bed, reaffirm that I'm going to dream of a red ball. And you might dream of it the first night, you might not, and that's okay. But the next day, try and record your dream from that night the next morning, and the next day just try it. And I would um I would I would imagine most people are going to dream of that red ball within the first 3 nights. A lot of you are going to get it on the first night. If you're already here, if you're already curious about mysticism and things like that, then you're probably already have some sort of skill or some sort of talent, some sort of inclination to be able to do these things if you're already here. So I imagine that if you guys tried that, you'll probably get some sort of result on the by the first night, and then by the third night, you'll definitely have results. So that's something to kind of play around with as time goes on. You can learn how to kind of manipulate your dreams by doing things like that. Um, I know I have learned how to wake myself up if I'm in a nightmare or a dream that just kind of seems real like repetitive. You ever get one of those where you just kind of like going in circles and it's like, what's the point? So those kind of dreams I'll wake myself up from as well. And just the ability to do that is a form of lucid dreaming. You've been seeing a lot of signs? Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of changes going on in our world right now, and I think everybody's spirit guides are trying to reach out to them. I have always thought of 333 to be lucky numbers. But you can always Google them, like angel number 333. That sort of thing is very, very helpful. 1111 has always been a lucky number for me. There is like numerology can kind of help you with what these numbers mean. But I also like to, since I've learned tarot, I've also like to just pull a tarot card or an oracle card whenever I see these numbers, and then that'll kind of help me with what the message is. If you're seeing these numbers a lot and you're not sure what the message is around those numbers, take a moment to kind of clock in your head like what is going on in your at that moment in time when you see that number. Or maybe like what is your mental state, that sort of thing, and that can kind of help you decode, because while there are general terms for these things, I also feel like that those are very personal messages between you and spirit. Why do you get the same dreams over and over and over again? Come here. Sorry, my dog is begging for attention. Why do you get the same dreams over and over again? Well, psychologically, when that happens, it means that you have a pattern in your life, and your subconscious or your higher self, what have you, is trying to bring that to your attention. Now, one of the really cool things about like lucid dreaming and all the stuff that we've been talking about is when you have a repetitive dream like that, when you can practice lucid dreaming, you can practice trying to have some sort of control in that dream. So maybe once you're aware that you're in a dream that is repetitive, see if you can change something that's happening. See if, if you're running from the monster, see if you can turn around and face the monster. it's kind of frustrating when we get repetitive dreams like that, but it's also a really great opportunity for you to practice having control in your dream and breaking that cycle. And a lot of times, people who have broken cycles in their dream have or have the ability to break the cycles in their waking life as well. So if you're brave enough to turn around and fight the monster in your dream, then it's going to make it that much easier for you to face your adversary in your waking life as well. It takes practice. I feel like this is a question that has to be answered. How do you wake up? I don't know how to explain it. It's once you're in that state of awareness, it's like, oh, I'm dreaming, we're here, we've done this before. Then that's when you can like choose to kind of like pull yourself out of it. You may decide to like, for me, I kind of like shake my head and kind of rattle myself out of it, I guess. And then I'll even like wake up, like pushing myself up off the bed, like kind of shaking my head. I don't know really how to explain that. I don't know, maybe pinch yourself. Maybe you can make a code word. Maybe that's one of the things where you can subconsciously plant a key. Like I was talking about with the red ball, maybe you can like subconsciously say, if you have this repetitive dream that you don't like, that this key will show up and that you can unlock a door with it. Again, that's all stuff that you kind of have to play around with and see what works best for you. I don't have all the answers on this subject, but thank you very much for asking me that. All right, so it looks like some of you guys are ready to get to the cards. Right now, I am using the Wild Unknown Tarot. I love this deck because of the art is very visceral. It stays true to the traditional symbolism, but it's very like earth-based. And the art is like so simple that it still leaves room for interpretation, for intuition. So let's see what we got. How about, should we go by, let's go by our zodiac signs. We'll go by the elements first. So let's start with fire, which is Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. Let's start with them first. Do we have anything for our fire signs? And this can be your big three, so that can be your sun, your moon, or your rising. Let's see what we got. So I'm going to keep shuffling until cards start flying out. My YouTube channel is relatively new, starting to develop that, but I do have a Facebook and an Instagram channel that I am on more often. But I'm really, really glad you guys are here today. All right. Ooh, okay, fire signs. We have Ace of Pentacles, money, money, money. The Ace is the beginning of the journey, and Pentacles equal money, finance, career, things that give us long-term stability and longevity in our life. So this is the beginnings of financial opportunities. Pentacles are earth energy. You can see that they used a tree stump to show that. This is showing me that you have financial opportunities coming your way, but it's also going to take, it's not going to just be like a coin landing in your lap. It's going to take diligence, self-discipline, day-to-day actions that get you to your goals. So it's very like, I guess what some people will say, like the 3D, 5D, all that stuff. One isn't better or worse than the other. It's just what space these things are manifesting in. Ooh, the Chariot right behind it, my fire signs. Yes. Okay, so the Chariot is about victory against overwhelming odds. This is someone who has self-control over their urges, someone that is very spiritually aligned with their higher power, with their soul's purpose on this planet, and they are able to charge full steam ahead into their future. I love the Chariot card. And yay! So then we have more Pentacles after that. The Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is about taking our knowledge that we have learned through our life and using that to lay the foundation for a beautiful future. Planting seeds. So the Nine of Pentacles could be someone who is finishing up their college education, or maybe have learned a trade and they are getting out there in the world and learning how to apply that stuff in real world scenarios. Mature, but still a little wet behind the ears as far as like, how are we taking this knowledge and applying it forward? So I would say, looking at these 3 cards for my fire signs, we have a really good reading of the beginnings of stability that are going to catapult your life into the future. You're going to be able to perhaps find your success through travel. Find your success by staying true to yourself. Having the courage to overcome the hard things because you're staying true to your path. Even if it is your path, from time to time there are going to be potholes and roadblocks and things that come up. Staying the course, that is going to get my fire signs to where they want to be. I feel like my fire signs are looking for, I mean, we're all looking for a little extra coin, right? But it is a reminder that this is not going to be just a flash in the pan kind of situation, that it does take persistence, and my fire signs tend to burn their candle at both ends. So take your time, have patience with yourself, and that's where you're really going to learn self-mastery. If any of you are looking to start really push your career forward, if you're looking to go to college or technical school, or level up your financial situation in any way, this is the perhaps you're taking on a new career that's a little bit over your head, but you feel like you can handle it. This reading here for my fire signs is letting you know that you're on the right path. Stay the course regardless of the ups or the downs, and you will be successful. It takes those kind of ups and downs on the path to teach us more and more, and it helps refine us and make us better at what we do. All right, so we just did my fire signs. So that is Leo, Sag, and Aries. You could be Moon, sun, or rising. So let's do water. Oop, water's coming up. We already got one for water. The Eight of Swords. Water, get out of your head. Get out of your head, water. It's not as difficult as we may be making it out to be. Yes, these things that you're worried about are creating some struggles in your life, but you're not as pinned in as you think you are. Sometimes, especially our water signs, because we're so empathic and caring, that we have a tendency to walk on eggshells around other people. It's fine if you care about making other people comfortable, but it shouldn't be because you're worried about any sort of backlash from them, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, some of you guys are walking on eggshells because you're so worried about backlash from other situations, my water signs, that hey, Mr. Wiggy Bright, we will do that soon. I am working through the zodiac signs right now. We just did fire, and now we're on water. So that is Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Whew. All right, I feel like my water signs, it's been a little tough for some of you water signs. We have this Eight of Swords where we feel like we're kind of pinned in by our own thoughts, feeling like there's really not a way to handle the situation without someone getting hurt. And then the Three of Swords is showing us heartbreak, sorrow, sacrifice, that sort of thing. A lot of swords for all of these water signs. I feel like the only way to get through this situation that we're in, water signs, there's no way to make a decision where no one's gonna get hurt. So you might as well just rip the bandage off. Once you rip the bandage off of the situation, you can rest, you can relax, you can get some peace. The Four of Swords is about rest, rejuvenation, and self-reflection. And that is why the lamb here has the little symbol, the halo, the symbol for enlightenment on their third eye. Swords in tarot represent mental energy, so there's a lot of stress and worry and anxiety, very heady energy, my water signs. Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. So allow yourself a good cry and then yank the band-aid off. Perhaps being around friends that are a little more calm, a little more stable, a little more balanced, and they can kind of help bring in some objectivity to the situations that you have. My water signs, getting outside if at all possible. I know the weather's kind of funky this time of year, so even if it's just taking a nice Epsom salt bath, I think that will kind of help you dissolve some of your stress and worry about this situation. But either way, we've got to rip the band-aid off. You're stressing too much about this. It's the meme about, oh, what if I fall, but oh dear, what if you fly? Okay, you're gonna fly. You have to. There's no other choice. Rip the bandage off and you will be able to rest a little bit easier. You'll be able to take a load off mentally, because you can't stay in here forever. It's like the sword of Damocles, like waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're not comfortable in this spot because there's too much stress and worry and anxiety about waiting for the other shoe to drop. Rip off the band-aid, cry, scream at the clouds, whatever you need to do to work it through your system, and then take a much needed rest. You deserved it. You earned it. Take care of yourself, my water signs. So we did fire, we did water. Let's do earth. Oh, your Venus is in Scorpio. Ooh la la. My Venus is in Capricorn. My Scorpio is in Mars. Or, yeah, so. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do Earth signs. So that is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Oh my goodness, they're throwing the whole book at us, aren't they? Um, sure do got a lot to say for the Earth signs. Let's see what we got here. Get this all shuffled up. What does the universe have for my Earth sign? Sun, Moon, or Rising, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Whew, the Hangman. Patience, patience, patience. Whoop. The Hangman. Oh, your moon is in Cap. And you're a Virgo sun. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I really love my Virgos, so I really do. So I'm a Gemini rising, and Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by Mercury. So even though you don't think that, you wouldn't typically think that an air and an earth sign, like on paper, that they get along, but because they're both ruled by Mercury, we actually get along really, really well. I love Virgos because you guys people really, really well. You're very straightforward. And Virgos are the kind of people that you could drop them anywhere on the planet and they're going to figure out a way to network and make some money. But anyways, oh my God, we're like cousins. Anyways, the Hangman here is about patience and sacrifice. If you feel like you're kind of stuck in your life right now, it's because you're meant to be. You're not being put in time out, even though at times it feels like you're not advancing as quickly as you need to, but this is actually an opportunity for you to be observant of the situation as it is now so you can strategize moving forward. That's why I love how they made his eyes so red, because it's not just being stuck, it is you're watching, you're observing. This is a card that it gives you the opportunity to look at everyone's perspective involved, again, so you can strategize about, where you may need to move some pieces around or plan for the future. You don't have to agree with everyone's perspective, but you do need to at least look at things through their eyes. The Hangman also reminds me of the story of Odin, about how he hung upside down from the tree for 9 days to gain the wisdom of the runes, but also had to give up his eye to open his third eye. So there may be some sort of sacrifice or diligence that the universe is asking you to apply, my earth signs. All right, we have the Justice card. Oh my goodness, for my earth signs. This is another major arcana. You guys are really going through it now. The scales are being balanced, and they are being balanced in your favor. But Justice, I also call her the Karma card. When she comes through with a quickness, and you better make sure all your I's are dotted and all your T's are crossed, okay? Looking at the Hangman and the Justice card, it is an opportunity for you to, and then the Tower's on the bottom. It is an opportunity for you to really look at the situation with open eyes and address are you making the right decisions? Are you showing up as the best person that you can be? Are you fulfilling your obligations and your commitments? And then again, also looking at the other people in the situation and seeing if those, asking those questions about them as well. So this is, justice is about balancing the scales, but it's also holding ourselves accountable and holding other people accountable. So this hangman situation is actually allowing you to kind of stand back and really, really observe things. Oof, oof, oof. All right, earth signs. Three of Cups. Yay! So once you're able to handle all of that, once you're able to observe my earth signs, observe and allow for a self accountability, we can get back to enjoying life. The Three of Cups is not just about partying and celebration. It's about being in a vibe tribe of people who truly get you, of people who love the flavor that you bring to the workspace, to the relationship, to whatever situation you find yourself in. Each one of these birds or cups are all just a little bit different, are all just distinct. And earth signs, if you're feeling like you're in a place where you're not very respected, it may be time to dial it back, take a moment. Don't try to control anything. Just look, observe, and then once you're, and I know my Virgos can do this, once you, will you please quit spamming, Trey? Can you like not do that? I mean, you see me talking, right? You see me talking. You know that I can't sit there and answer every single little thing that you're saying and do these cards at the same time. You get that, right? Like, you're not two, obviously. We'll get to you in just a second. I promise. Okay. But as I was saying, my earth signs, none of these cards are big action cards. These cards are about observing and being, holding ourselves accountable, holding other people accountable, which really do sound like Virgo traits. And that will help. Perhaps you need to have a big conversation with someone so you can get back on the same page, or maybe it's time to separate yourself from the situation, or it will be time to separate yourself from the situation so that way you can be surrounded in a place of respect and understanding. All right, my dear. So we did fire, we did water, we did earth. Let's do air. Oop, air's already jumping out. Ace of Swords, Saint Michael or Archangel Michael. This is the sword of wisdom, the sword that cuts through the bullshit, the sword of truth, the sword of healthy boundaries. I'm also hearing coming in hot, so there's going to be some sort of download, some sort of new information that's coming in that's going to allow you to, it's going to illuminate, just like these lightning strikes, it's going to illuminate your life in such a way where you can really see things for what they are and handle them appropriately. Yay! So we also have the Nine of Cups and the Fool. So this sword, this lightning strike is opening our eyes and then also opening up our throat chakra so we can put things in their place, put things in order. If you need help or extra protection, call on Saint Michael during this time. We have the Nine of Cups. This is happiness, wish fulfillment. Once everything is illuminated and you see things for what they truly are, that is going to help you really manifest your best wishes, your dreams coming true. But we have to look at things with a very honest perspective. And then we have the Fool card right behind that. The Fool card is about moving forward, having faith that the universe has your back. It's not naivety, but it is having faith. The Fool moves forward with very, very little baggage. But the Fool does have experience from previous scenarios or maybe even previous lifetimes for some of you guys that you're going to be calling upon. This type of enlightenment, it looks like there's some sort of upgrade that is coming your way as well. So my air signs, my Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, some big changes are coming your way. Some truth bombs are coming your way, but this is actually going to help you manifest your best life and get you out of your comfort circle and moving full steam ahead. I think that that is perfect. Hey, Robert. Yeah, I'm just finishing up with the elements. I went through the fire, the water, the earth, and I just finished with the air. So I'll be wrapping up with you guys today, but I am at the shop all day until probably about 5. And I am actually working on some hand dipped beeswax candles. My wax should be melted about now. I'll have those going here soon. These are some examples of the ones I've made. I've got more at Baywitch. I've got some new singing bowls. We'll play with those here soon. And these are some of my older candles that are still really, really lovely, but they are on discount, only $5. They typically sell for 10. Cord cutting candles for if you've had a bad breakup or leaving a toxic workplace, or maybe you want to get rid of an old habit. These are really great for cutting cords. I do these just as like a routine, probably about quarterly. I have my road opener candles that are really good for court cases, legal, anything legal or contract, anything like that. It helps smooth the path. These are a little bit stronger. They are for, the orange ones are for moving specific roadblocks in your way. I have love candles. And all of these are blessed with magic herbs, with Reiki energy. I have love candles for manifesting our love, our soulmates, our romantic partners, or tightening a bond that we already have. And then I actually do have a few love candles for my LGBTQ community. Because the formula has to be a little bit different for that one, and not everybody has candles for that. So anyways, so I love you guys. Thank you all for joining, and I will be saving these lives. I do have an Instagram and a Facebook page as well. I might go live on those later, but I just wanted to jump on here. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you all. Bye.